Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH, and we're speaking about this concept of talking to Hashem, recognizing HaKadosh Baruch Hu, living with Hashem all of the time. Avodas ha'adam la'ashish b'kirvas ha'emunah b'hashgachasa yisbarach. The job of a person to implant inside their hearts the emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that there's something called hashgacha, that Hashem is divinely watching over a person's life. Yeshla beizmanim, there are two times that a person needs to focus in on this. As we explained above. Aleph, number one, first of all, you have an hour during the day that we spoke about that you set aside for his bainanus, to meditate on these ideas. And we've explained this up until this point. However, Beis, the second way in which we are going to acquire the concepts of and the awareness that Hashem is mashkiach, He's watching over us and involved in our lives, it extends throughout the day itself. Every half an hour, 15 minutes, a person must remind themselves, as inyan hashgachasa yisbarach shemai, the fact that Hashem is watching over us and He's involved in our lives, and there's nothing that's happening without Him. Yisaid advarim, the foundation of this idea is at the time that a person is working to acquire the concept of hashgachasai, that Hashem is mashkiach, watching over us, in these months where you spend a lot of time and an effort trying to live with the true awareness of Hashem. This idea has to grab your heart throughout the day. And therefore, you're obligated to live with this looking at and studying of the idea that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the mashkiach, He's watching over us, so on and so forth, throughout the entirety of the day. If you only spend a little bit of time, 1 hour a day, working on the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the mashkiach, there's divine providence and He's watching over every little detail in my life, He's making everything run. But the rest of the day that you're not thinking like this, there will be a break in your meditation of one day to the next. Like 23 hours of break. That doesn't work. When you are not consistent with your eyes, any time that you are not consistent and constant in what you are doing, it will not be something that is acquired carefully and very well inside the nefesh, inside the soul of a person. And therefore a person must spend specified time throughout the entire day thinking about the fact that Hashem is the mashkiach, He's watching over all of the details that are in my life. So not only do I spend an hour a day just quietly introspecting, meditating on the ideas, thinking deep into this concept, but even throughout the day, maybe it's every half an hour, maybe it's every 15 minutes, I stop and I think to myself, Hashem is the mashkiach. Everything that's happening right now in my life is because Hashem wants it to be like that. That's why I'm in this room at this point right now. That's why I'm sitting in that restaurant at that point. That's why the boss just called me into his office and said what he said. That's why the traffic is the way that it is on the 405, even though it's Veterans Day today. It's all the Rebbeinu Shalom. So when a person begins thinking like that on a constant basis throughout the day, that is the way that we acquire the awareness of Hashgacha Pratis in our lives. Have a wonderful day.